What is the worst thing to say on a first date? Does anyone know you're here? Will you marry me? Phew, you're lucky I'm into personality over looks. So how far from a school zone do you live? I had to get permission from my mom to come here tonight. Said to me by a guy on a first date. I can't wait for you to meet my dolls. I only agreed to go on this date because you look like my sister. My parents are hanging out at the bar around the corner if you want to go meet up with them after dinner. True story. On a first date I said, "This was really great practice, thanks so much." Didn't realize my blunder until laying in bed that night. Was 17. You know you can make money at home and be your own boss. Excellent. Such excellent breeding hips you have. You kiss better than our grandmother. My mom was worried you might be a serial killer. I wasn't worried. What's the chance two of us on the same date, right? You smell like my ex. How much money do you make? I think I'm in love with you. Anything that comes out of my mouth apparently. Okay, I'll pay for dinner, but I expect that you'll put out. 8 Bitch, what that pussy taste like? Some doucher bag. I got set up with a girl. When I picked her up I said, "I know it's cliche, but tell me about yourself." First thing out of her mouth, "My dad is gay and left my mom and I when we were 5. That was the high point of the date. Ah yes. You'll do just fine. Not sure, but in the past I went on quite a few dates and most of them were quite pleasant and friendly, even if there was no spark / it didn't lead to anything. But the one time I was totally put off was when she asked me what my star sign is. I told her, even though I don't personally believe in this stuff, and then she proceeded to tell me about how people of my sign are bad people because of X, Y, and Z. What made it all the more jarring was that the conversation was quite pleasant, I think, up until that point. Once she heard what my sign is, she very much turned against me. So I don't know if that's the worst thing one could say on a first date, but I definitely think it felt kinda **** to experience it. Recently had a guy 2 hours in tell me I was his soulmate. His mom had been ill, and he was taking care of her. He then says meeting you was my karmic payback for having to take care of my mom the past few years. Now I can focus on you. Also told me he would pay my rent, and that I could move in with him. Dude, I don't even know your last name. Chill. It scared the absolute bejesus out of me. Don't worry, we don't need a condom, it's non-transmissible. Wow, you have a flat butt. Good thing you're not that ugly at least. Ah, my next victim. My ex had bigger breasts. I have my cock and a knife. One of them are going in you tonight. You choose. You look very different while you're sleeping. The trebuchet is not the best way to launch a 90kg object 300 meter away. Or maybe. What's long, hard, full of cum, and makes all the ladies scream, wink wink? The sock under my bed. That you're a registered sex offender. You look fatter in person. Asterisk SNAPS finger, points DOWN asterisk. Coffee. So anyway. We don't have to use protection, I'm already pregnant. You smell different than I remember. I'm not *TECHNICALLY divorced though, because I can't find my wife in order to divorce her. She was my mail order bride from Slovakia, and I brought her here so she could get her green card, and then she took off. True story. Hitler wasn't wrong, you know. Does this smell like chloroform to you? You shouldn't eat so much. So anal? Yay or nay? Glad we matched on Ancestry.com. My ex was so much more fun. I'm sure there are scarier things to say, but talking about your ex is a great way to ruin a date. You remind me of my wife. I hate the registration process when I move. It rubs the lotion on its skin, then it places it in the basket, or else it gets the hose again. Oh yes. I love children, but I can never finish a whole one. I know everything about women. I knew a girl in high school. Her mother was a courtesan in the old country. She taught her daughter everything there was to know about pleasing a man, and how to be a good lover. The girl told me, and now I'm an expert on women. Also, you should really start intermittent fasting. So, do you do anal? Will you marry me? Especially if you make the regular proposal spectacle. My therapist says I need to move out of my comfort zone and meet new people. I think it's because she's worried if I die in my home no one will find me before my cats eat me. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Actual statement, circa 1980, from my mother's large male coworker genuinely trying to make a compliment. You don't sweat much for a fat girl. I didn't think I had a chance with you, so I initially planned on raping you. You remind me of my mum. What's your social security number? Wanna come back to my basement and see my knife collection? Maybe listen to some Jordan Peterson? Wanna go back to my place and see my knife collection? Something too personal. Like mentioning your dad's alcoholism or a hidden disability you may have. Not like I've ever made these mistakes myself, no.